Have you ever heard of a country so small, so tucked away in the mountains, that it's ruled by two princes at the same time, and one of those princes is the President of France? No, this isn't a fantasy novel, it's fascinating history of Andorra, a tiny nation nestled high in the Pyrenees Mountains between France and Spain. Let's rewind the clock. The story of Andorra officially begins with a charter signed by none other than Charlemagne, the great Frankish emperor, back in the year 805. Legend has it that he granted the people of Andorra their independence as a thank you for their help in fighting against the Moors. While direct proof of this is a bit scarce, what we do know is that this region, known as the Valleys of Andorra, was already inhabited and had a distinct identity. For the next few centuries, control over these valleys was a hot topic. It was passed around between various local lords and bishops. The real turning point came in the 13th century. By then, two powerful figures were vying for control. The Count of Foix from the French side, and the Bishop of Urgell from the Spanish side. Their rivalry could have easily led to war, swallowing up Andorra completely. But instead of conflict, they chose a surprisingly modern solution: cooperation. In 1278, they signed a historic agreement called a pariage. This essentially made them co-princes of Andorra. It established a unique political system where both rulers would share sovereignty over the tiny state. The Count of Foix would handle things from the north, and the Bishop of Urgell from the south. This agreement is the very foundation of modern Andorra, and incredibly, it's still in effect today. Now, you might be wondering, how did the President of France get involved? Well, the title of Count of Foix was passed down through generations of French nobility. Eventually, through a series of royal successions, it landed with King Henry IV of France. When he became king, he declared that the French head of state would forever be the co-prince of Andorra. And so, from French kings to emperors like Napoleon, and now to the modern-day President of France, that title has been passed down. This makes the French president and the Bishop of Urgell the two official heads of state of Andorra. It's the world's only co-principality. For centuries, Andorra remained incredibly isolated, surrounded by rugged mountains. It was cut off from the major political and social changes sweeping across Europe. While its neighbors were embroiled in wars, revolutions, and industrialization, Andorra was a quiet, rural society. Its economy was based almost entirely on agriculture, raising sheep and growing tobacco. Life was simple and governed by ancient customs. They paid a symbolic annual tribute to their co-princes, known as the Questia. A few hams, cheeses, and chickens. This was a physical reminder of their unique political status. This isolation was both a blessing and a curse. It protected Andorra from being absorbed by its larger neighbors and allowed it to maintain its independence and unique culture. But it also meant it was very poor and undeveloped. There were no proper roads connecting it to the outside world until the early 20th century. Imagine that. Getting in or out of the country was a serious trek on foot or by mule over treacherous mountain passes. But the 20th century would change everything. The first major shakeup came in the 1930s. Russian adventurer named Boris Gassiev arrived in Andorra and somehow managed to convince the local council to declare him king. Boris the Fus. His reign was short-lived. It lasted only about a week before the Bishop of Urgell sent in the Spanish civil guard to arrest him. It's a bizarre but true footnote in Andorra's history, highlighting just how unusual its political situation was. The real transformation began after World War II, while Andorra remained neutral during the war. It served as an important smuggling route between Vichy France and neutral Spain. This period started to open Andorra up to the outside world. But the biggest change was the rise of tourism and skiing. Suddenly, those same mountains that had isolated Andorra for centuries became its greatest asset. In the 1950s and 60s, ski resorts started popping up. People from all over Europe discovered this beautiful, sunny mountain paradise. Roads were built, connecting Andorra to France and Spain, and the trickle of visitors became a flood. Alongside tourism, another industry boomed. Retail. Andorra established itself as a tax haven, with low taxes on goods like alcohol, tobacco, and electronics. It became a massive shopping destination. People would drive up for the day from France and Spain just to buy cheaper goods. This combination of tourism and retail completely transformed Andorra's economy. The sleepy agricultural nation rapidly became one of the most prosperous countries in the world per capita. This rapid modernization brought new challenges. The old, traditional way of life was quickly replaced. The population grew dramatically, with immigrants arriving from Spain and Portugal to work in the booming construction and service industries. Andorran society had to adapt, and fast. This led to a major political evolution. For most of its history, Andorra didn't have a modern constitution. It was run by the General Council, an institution dating back to 1419. But its powers were limited. As the country modernized, the people of Andorra wanted more say in how they were governed. They wanted a true democracy. This movement culminated in 1993. In a historic vote, the people of Andorra approved their first ever written constitution. This document transformed the country into a modern parliamentary democracy. It officially defined the roles of the co-princes as symbolic heads of state, while giving real political power to the elected government and the General Council. It also meant that Andorra could finally join the United Nations and take its place as a fully recognized sovereign nation on the world stage. Today, Andorra is a thriving, modern country. It's a hub for winter sports, a paradise for hikers in the summer, and still a popular shopping destination. But underneath the modern ski lifts and bustling shopping streets, its unique history is still very much alive. The system of co-princes, a medieval solution to a territorial dispute, still defines its national identity. The official language is Catalan, a nod to its deep cultural ties to the region. And the people of Andorra, who have navigated centuries of change while preserving their independence, have a story unlike any other. From a legendary pact with Charlemagne to a medieval power-sharing deal, from centuries of isolation to becoming a bustling modern nation, the history of Andorra is a remarkable tale of survival, adaptation, and unique diplomacy. It proves that even the smallest of nations can have the richest of histories. So next time you think of Europe, remember the tiny principality in the Pyrenees, ruled by a bishop and a president, a living piece of medieval history in the 21st century. Thanks for watching. If you found this story as fascinating as I did, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more hidden histories, and let me know in the comments what other small countries you'd like to learn about. See you next time.